You got plenty of room. You're good. I guess just put it like in the middle of that. Alright guys, we are back, and if you didn't notice in the previous videos, we're definitely at a different location, so we're finally able to move into our new house. Don't mind the mess here. We've been doing a ton of work since we moved in here, but this video today is going to be on us installing our new fence we're going to put around the whole property. So we ended up clearing out a ton of these trees to help free up some space. I'll drop some pictures in here if I have anything to show just how big these trees were. So you can see where the grass sort of ended here. So these trees, the branches stuck all the way out and we lost all this yard. So property line comes all the way on the other side of these trees. So we wanted to try to get as much of that back and then we wanted to end up putting a wooden fence around everything, just a privacy fence to kind of give the dogs a yard to run around in. So cut down a bunch of trees here in the middle, freed up some space so we can look out into the farm that's behind us. And then on this side, luckily we only had one row of pine trees on this side, so it was a little bit easier to clear out over here. Have a garage, a shed, house, carport, driveway on the other side, so not a bad setup. Just want to put a nice big privacy fence around it. As you can see, we previously had this fence already put up, but it was falling apart, missing panels, and not in the greatest location, so we're gonna end up ripping this out today as well. They kind of just sectioned off, I guess, this little side area to kind of park some stuff in, but not in the greatest spot, definitely not where we wanted it, so we're gonna end up ripping all that out as well. But yeah, I think today we're gonna end up just getting the post in. I'll show you guys a little bit later on in the video like where exactly the fence is gonna end up going. But I think for now, I think we're gonna cut some of this fence down, get it in the fire pit, get the fire going, and hopefully get this tree stump to start burning. It's like 50 degrees out today, so definitely could use the warmth. Alright, just cut down a little section. This tree stump was sitting in front of the shed, but we had to get a whole new septic system put in, so they ended up pulling that out for us, which was nice. But in the back corner we had about 10 big tree stumps back there, so we already burnt through the others, but this is the last one. This is the biggest one we've had. So drilled a couple holes in it, put some gas in it, let it kind of soak in there a little bit. Hopefully this will just kind of burn up. It's pretty dry, so hopefully it won't take too long. Alright, so while that's going, we'll talk a little bit about what the plan is here. So you can see the original fence butted out here, came across, went behind the boat and the trailer, and then connected to the back of the garage. So not really much of a fence. It just kind of sectioned off this little area over here. I think the previous owner used to have a pool over here, so they needed it in order to get the pool permit, but we don't need that. We want to do a full fence around the whole property. So the goal is to put the fence right between the meter and the shutter and have it come straight across. So we're going to end up losing a little bit of storage space over here, because it's pretty much going to go right between the two, maybe like right into the boat just a little bit. So we'll end up moving that out of the way. We're going to rip all these 4x4 posts out, get some grass growing over here. Previous owner did not really utilize any space past here, so our property actually comes over here to this pin, so we have a lot more space than I guess we anticipated in the beginning. But, and I don't know if you could see it all the way in the back, but there's a little 4x4 sticking out. That's the other property marker. So plenty of space down this side. So the fence again is going to come from that fuse box, or that side of the house straight through here. Corner of it will probably be right about here. So fence will come down here, go all the way down this side of the tree to that back post. We'll end up being able to use some of the storage space back here to park some of the trailers. So I think we'll be okay there. Now we are putting 2 gates in on this side. I think we're gonna put a 4-foot gate and then a 16-foot gate. Haven't really figured out where we're gonna put them just yet, but I want to be able to access the garage from this side of the yard. The way they laid out the septic for the property, we actually not supposed to cross vehicles over top of it, and unfortunately it goes right through the middle of the yard. Septic comes right out from here, 2 clean outs, and then it goes over there to where the leach field is. So kind of hard to drive across this. Unfortunate. I wanted to be able to eventually connect the driveway over to the garage, but not the end of the world. We'll end up just putting a second gate in on this side. So that corner is going to connect all the way down to here where that 4x4 post is there, all the way down the back side over to the other post on the other side. It's going to come back up this side, and then we're going to basically copy what we did over here on this side, over here on the driveway side as well. So we're going to end up having a gate in the grass. We'll make a walkway eventually, and then about a 16 or 18-foot gate across the driveway. With that, I have an automatic gate opener that we're going to put in place. So we'll end up cutting a trench through the little seam through the asphalt so we can run some electrical under it. And then we also have a little like antique style light post that we want to put somewhere out here near the mailbox. So we'll end up running some conduit under here, probably right about here. And then this is where the gate will be for this side. We'll end up putting in that light post. We're going to do a build on the new mailbox. We're going to replace that. We had a huge pine tree here we cut down. And then again, the fence is going to come all the way over to about here, and then straight back to that 4x4 post you see back there as well. So going to be a nice big privacy fence blocking in the whole yard. But yeah, tons of updates we're doing on the outside of this. I'll have another video on us painting everything. We want to paint the bottom where it's green. We want to paint that black. We'll paint the chimney black, and then we got to do some cleanup on the garage and the shed as well. Garage looks like it's in bad shape, but it's actually pretty solid. It's all cinder block on the outside, and then it's wood across the front where the door is. But since the paint is flaking, it looks like it's falling apart. Some of the wood needs to be replaced, but not all of it. So another video on that later. We'll end up painting everything, cleaning everything up, but still kind of getting everything set up in here. Really excited to have this as like the new shop. I already started hanging up all the rigid tools and getting everything organized. Just need to figure out what's going to work the best, where we want to lay everything out at, and then just kind of going from there and getting everything set up. So there's going to be a ton of videos on this, so stay tuned for those. As far as materials we're using, I don't know if anybody's tried to get a fence quoted recently, but it's extremely expensive. So that's why we're doing this ourselves. We've always kind of been hands-on, so we want to try to do as much as we can ourselves, see where we can save some money. But as far as material, we got 75 8-foot long 4x4 posts. Those are going to be all the main posts for the fence. We got 10-foot long 6x6s. These are going to be the side posts on both of the like 16 or 18 foot gates we're gonna have. Figure we go a little bit deeper and a little bit bigger than the 4x4 just to give some added support. So that's what all this is. This whole pallet is pressure treated 8-foot 2x4s. We got 294 of those. We're gonna do 3 support rails on the 4x4 posts. So we'll need all that. And then in here we have, I think it's 150 60-pound bags of concrete. So we're gonna do 2 bags per post. And then I wanted some extra to put on those 6x6s, so that way they're gonna be holding up a good bit of the weight from the gate. So keep that there. Luckily my dad was able to pick all this up for me, save the delivery fee. We were able to order it in Delaware, so I had to pay sales tax on it, so that was nice. Save a little bit of money there. And then we still haven't picked up the pickets. I have a order of 1,300 pickets we're grabbing this week. So again, goal for today, get the post in, get the concrete set, get everything straight and flush, and then maybe frame it out tomorrow and then pickets next week. But I'm gonna end up breaking this into a couple videos. But this one is probably gonna be a good bit of time lapse, just so I'm not boring you guys too much. But I hope you guys enjoy it. And I got my buddy Andrew coming down to help out as well from A&S Drywall, so he's gonna come down. He's bringing a tractor with an auger to help us put the post in. He does construction for a living, so he's a little better at this stuff than I am. And then luckily, Chelsea's parents just got this nice tractor, so they were kind enough to let us borrow it. So we've been using this around the house for a good bit, helping us move some of these trees and cut down all that stuff. We had to drop all the brush out to the street for the township to pick up, so it was quite a bit of lifting and moving and dragging. So that helped out a good bit. But yeah, I guess we'll hang tight here until Andrew gets here, and then we'll set the tripod up and we'll start getting some videos of us putting the post in. All right, Andrew just showed up, so got a cement mixer. I don't know if we're gonna use that just yet. It might be easier to just dump the dry bags into the hole and add some water in, but maybe for the corner posts we'll use that, or the bigger ones. I'm not entirely sure yet. And then got the tractor. It's got I believe an 8-inch auger on the back of it, so we'll be able to use that to help get these posts in the ground. All right, so we got the whole front done already. Gonna have a gate here and then a big gate across the driveway here. So all those posts are all set. Right now we're running the string line down the side, and we're gonna start setting all these side posts. So far coming along pretty good though.
Go. Well, we got a lot done. I know there wasn't a whole lot of work in the videos, just kind of me talking through a majority of it, but we got everything set up on this side. Again, 4-foot gate. This actually is going to be about a 20-foot gate, so a little bit bigger than we were anticipating. We got all the way down here to the corner. Yeah, some of the posts are a little uneven, but we're going to end up making everything even with this post, and we'll just trim the rest of them. So corner post, this side's good, going all the way down to the corner post over there. And then let's take a walk over on the other side and see what we got done over there. We did end up making an adjustment to what our original plan was. So on this side over here, we were planning on putting a 4-foot gate and then a 18-foot gate. I think we're actually going to add another gate back there in the corner. I'll explain why here in a little bit, but 4-foot gate, 18-foot gate across here, fence all the way down, and then we're going to end up adding in another one over there. So we talked about how the septic comes across the yard here, so we can't connect the driveway to the garage. Not the end of the world, but again, with all the projects we work on, I want to be able to get in front of the garage to work on things, so that's why we put this gate here. And then with bringing the original fence line back about 10 to 12 feet back to here, I'm now going to lose all this storage space over here to park things. However, now that we just trimmed down all these trees and pushed the fence all the way back to the true property line, we're gaining all this storage back here now. So where the boat is, in order to get back here, I'd have to like wiggle a trailer around, and that's going to be kind of a pain to store some stuff back here. So off this post, we'll do a 4-foot section, probably about 4 feet. That way it'll bring it out to about the line of the trees, and then we'll throw probably a 12-foot gate here, just big enough to get the boat back here. I don't think I'll ever have anything wider than that, so I think whatever the width of that is will be perfectly fine. So put another like 12-foot gate here, and then the rest will just be fence. We did get a corner post in all the way down there. I don't know if you can see it. Still need to just do the posts along this side and along the back, and then the last little stretch that we have here. We did run into one problem. So again, we have septic, we have well, and all of our power lines are above ground. There shouldn't be anything underground here. However, I forgot that the garage has power, and there's clearly no cables run to it. So we drilled right through the power line out to the garage. So right underneath here in the basement is where the breaker box is. So through the cinder block is where the power lines ran, and that goes straight from the corner of the house, pretty much right on an angle like this, right to the garage. That lines up right where we put our first post in on this side. So we definitely nicked the wire on the way down, so it's down there somewhere. So luckily the breaker popped. So we're gonna end up having to dig another trench, run another power cable out to the garage. Not the end of the world, just kind of a pain in the ass that we did it, but it is what it is. Other problem we had that I didn't realize until we started working on this is all of the 2x4s that we ordered, they gave me the wrong pallet, essentially. It was labeled correctly, but it was the wrong stuff. So if you remember earlier, the pallet was sitting right here, completely wrapped in that like white wrapping on it. Well, we pulled the white wrapping off, and it was all like regular, like kiln dried, like 2x4 studs for, they weren't pressure treated. So we ended up having to get them to come pick this pallet up, bring it back, and then deliver the new pallet of the correct stuff. So now we have all this here. Again, this will be the framing along the whole fence. So hopefully we'll get into all that on the next video. My buddy Andrew's actually on his way back down here today. We're gonna try to get the rest of these posts in across the back and the right side of the property. That way tomorrow we can frame everything out with the proper 2x4s, get all that situated, and then start working on putting the pickets and all that back in. So pickets are getting delivered tomorrow. I think we needed, I think it was like 1,240 pickets. I ordered like 1,300 of them. They'll be here tomorrow though, and hopefully we can start doing that. So hopefully by the end of the next video, we'll have the whole fence framed out, picketed, all that stuff. The only thing that'll be left really will just be to install the gates on it, which that'll be a separate video because never built a gate before, and now I got to build 1, 2, 5 of them. So that'll be interesting. But I think I'm gonna end this video here for now. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Again, we're gonna try to get back into making some more videos, a little bit more on a regular basis. We did good for a while, but then the whole moving process going from Tennessee back to New Jersey kind of stopped that. So start getting some more videos back out, but stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying it.